Keith and Caitlin, first-time homeowners, doing the right thing. Call in a home inspector. They don't know what they're looking for. They want to buy the right house. They want the right advice. Question is, did they get the right advice? It's obvious the house is old. You can see by looking at it. The homeowners thought the house was good. Something's wrong with this house. It was missed, it's not in the report, and I've got to come in, I'm going to make it right.
We bought this house because when we came in for the first time, Caitlin sort of fell in love with the main floor.
What really struck me was the nice finishes, the dark hardwood floors, and the beautiful kitchen.
I'm more of an analytical personality, so I tried to refrain from the sort of love at first sight type thing.
One of the things we like to do is cook together.
One of the great things about the neighborhood we moved into is it allows us to really spend time together doing the sports that we love, playing tennis, playing golf together. During the home inspection, the home inspector did note some sort of minor issues. He noted that there was some issues with some of the flashing and around the chimney, but it was a really minor issue.
Once we got the okay from the inspector that there was nothing major wrong with the house, we were ecstatic.
This whole experience was surrounding our wedding and our coming back from our honeymoon. This is our first place together. It was move-in day. Everything was falling into place. Couldn't be happier. We had our satellite installer come out the next day and told me that he wasn't able to mount the dish on our roof because the sheeting on the roof is completely rotted.
I thought that the inspector's job was to point out all of the major issues. I felt that he missed a pretty big issue with the roof.
Being our first time buying a house, I maybe let my emotions take over a little bit and let my guard down a tiny bit.
The problems that we've encountered have definitely added a little more stress, knowing that it's expensive to replace a roof.
After spending all of that money on our wedding and our honeymoon and the down payment on the home, it really didn't leave a lot of extra money for things like a roof repair.
You must be Keith.
I am.
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Caitlin?
Mike.
Hi.
Pleasure to meet you. Well, come on outside. It's a nice day. It's spring. I got my boots on. The problems are outside, obviously. So we have a few issues, do we?
We do, yeah. We moved in and found out there were a couple issues with the roof. We had a satellite installation that sort of went a little sour.
I heard he could not attach it.
Yeah, he couldn't get it into the sheeting, I guess.
The home inspector, did he mention anything about how many layers of shingles are up there?
Not that I recall, actually, at all.
I didn't read it in the report.
The inspector just went on the roof, came down, said there were no major issues, and sort of went about his way.
That I read, no major issues. Let's take a walk around the side of the house. What I'd like to do first is just a visual with you guys and then step into the real stuff because I'm here to help fix it and make it right. So first is the visual with you guys and trying to determine a few issues that have been missed and see what I have to do later to take things apart. But you can see right there on your front porch, you can see how rotten wood is. It's visual, it's right in front of me. I'd say there's at least 3 layers of shingles on that. That was not noted. Okay, let's take a walk around the back, please.
Sure.
Now, this is an addition on the back, is it?
Yeah, it's sort of a...
I did not read that in the report. Siding is not a good job, whoever did it. Verbally, I want to hear what he said. You know, you watch it through the house. What did he say about the outside?
He said that on the roof, there was a little bit of an issue with the flashing.
Okay.
I knew there were some things that were going to have to be done, but I was for sure confident that we could absorb those costs. Originally, he was supposed to be here for 2.5 hours, I was told. When we got here, my real estate agent told us that the previous owners requested that we only spend about an hour 15 minutes because they'd be entertaining. So it took about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, the flag should have gone up.
Make it quick, hurry and get up.
Yeah.
Bad move. So you were present, you were with them the whole time?
Keith was. I wasn't able to get the time off work.
Okay. Well, all right. I did read in the paperwork that there's no access to the attic.
Yeah, no attic access.
Okay, you know what? Instead of guessing, it looks like I'll be getting on my ladder for sure. We have a very, very low pitch. It's a nice product. It's not the finished product. This is the underlayment, and it really needs the granulated layer, much like the shingles over there. That's not in the report. The inspector should have caught that. Well, what don't I see? Vent.
During the inspection, everything that was caught was really downplayed in a way that was like, you know, there's this issue, but that's, you know, a really quick fix.
He said, now that I think about it, checked out the roof by walking on the roof, but the slope was too high, so he couldn't walk on the roof.
They dropped in this template about the slope of the roof being too steep and limiting the inspection, but when I got here, he was walking around on the roof, all over the roof. So,
And there's no problems.
yeah.
Scares the hell out of me. This is not the greatest sign. This was cut into what appears to be cinder block, a poured concrete corner. Don't ask me why it's a poured concrete and cinder block here. What do I do with it? You know, do I pull all this out? Do I go get permits and make a proper door to the basement? Do I convince them to close it in? You can see right there on your front porch, you can see how rotten the wood is. It's visual. It's right in front of me.
We're excited about understanding the full scope of the problems, but at the same time, fearful of what might be found out. He mentioned that we'd probably want to replace the overhang here on the
Replace it? You mean remove it?
Or-
The slope is wrong. There's no doubt about that. What you don't want to do is make that water come into the house. Problem is the way this is sloped on each side to set up for the stairs, it just runs the water right down. I mean, it's going to leak definitely from this point coming in, get in behind the siding, in behind the wood. He noted to replace the door.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, okay. I'll look further into this. Do you hit your head in here?
I do.
You should,
Yeah, I do.
Is this ever weird how low this is?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to watch the ductwork in here, too.
Yeah. Somebody has removed the blocks to this area here, which pulls out the structure above. It's the first thing I noticed is that floor joist is cut. Because we would have had bricks here, so why open that up? Did you do this barricaded?
In January, we were losing a lot of heat down here.
We can see the gasket sticking in there just to help block it off. Was that you?
It was us, yeah. We wanted to fill the gaps in. The other day, after a big storm, we had a little bit of flooding down here in the basement as well, through the door.
There's the signs of the water right there. So just right here.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep this door?
Not particularly.
Yeah, that's definite, but I think it's a lot more than just replacing the door. Did you stuff paper in here?
No, I didn't.
A lot of this plumbing has been done wrong. This is a vertical T. They put it in a horizontal position. It does not work this way. It is incorrect. The water will come down the drain and hit the bottom of this T, where there should be a Y to direct it down. If they've done it here, where else did they do it? Is it behind drywall anywhere? Is it attached to anything anywhere? Is it under the floor there? And then I'm pretty damn sure that there's no vent. Now, in the report, it said, and it's the first time I've ever read it in any home inspection report, that he recommends to have your drain scoped. For example, if you had tree roots going into a weeping tunnel around the house. Did he talk about this?
He did mention that during the home inspection.
Have you had that done?
We haven't had that done.
Why? Because I have to back him on this.
Yeah, it's just something that we didn't do. Right?
You have a clean out right here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an old clean out. I can tell by looking at it. It hasn't been opened in umpteen years.
We're hopeful that at the end of this experience, we'll be able to sort of get back on track with what we originally imagined with this home.
So we've been renovated.
This is really ultimately what sold us on the house. The finishes on the main floor here, we absolutely love the kitchen.
Any issues with the sink, the plumbing? Any issues at all in the kitchen?
Nothing, nothing.
Well, your drain's wrong, and that's not noted in the report. This is a vertical, not horizontal, and the two lines tie into each other. This one just fights for this one. But it looks good. You're buying by illusion. Now that I've just walked through, I haven't even done anything yet. How do you feel?
Terrified of what you're gonna find.
So let's just smile a bit. I have to. I'm gonna go get my tools, and I'll see what I can do.
Thank you so much.
I'll let you know, okay?
Meeting Mike was fantastic. He was thorough. He took a lot less time than the home inspector did, but he's also scared the crap out of me now.
We're told if we have a roof problem and basement entrance issue. I walk through the house, I damn near fall over. Everyone's missed this, including the home inspector, structural, electrical, HVAC. Never mind these other little things. Improper corners, nothing but water penetration. We can see the brown shingles underneath the green. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of shingles. And look at the wood. Holy crap. Every time you add a new layer of shingles right over the old one, the load gets heavier and heavier on the structure. Now imagine it doesn't breathe underneath. Eventually the structure will rot. That roof's got to be pulled apart. This is plain stupid. I did better work when I was 6. I have never seen wood stairs in my life leading to the basement. Having the metal underneath it. Look at this. Talk about using metal to cover things up. See, I can do that, right? Because this is no longer a home inspection. This is a Holmes inspection. Now I start to open it to see what's wrong with it. No wonder it was so cold. The earth is really just crumbling at the bottom of this. We don't want wood touching ground unless it's at least pressure treated. This is pressure treated, this is not. There, right, it's covered up, right? Do I go get permits and make a proper door to the basement? Do I convince them to close it in? Good question. I can see the supply to the toilet. They just went through the baseboards. On the plumbing on here, we have no trap. Really slow draining. The roof is wrong. The plumbing's wrong. There's no ventilation. I see issues with structural. It's gonna be an awful lot of money to fix this.